After all that has happened tonight, after everything that we've had to deal with, after all the other notable Arkham inmates that we have had to try and put in place, including Scarecrow, Killer Croc, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, it now comes down to this. It's time to stop the Joker and prevent his plan from unleashing Titans all over Gotham. This is where it was all done.
Didn't you stop Batman?
He's got Scarface with him.
Me? It was your plan, you goofy clown.
Joker and Scarface. Now that's a great duo. I love that.
I'm
Boom.
sending you back to the ventriloquist where you belong.
He's got his dogs on a leash.
You had to spoil everything, didn't you? Beating
That's what I
up
do.
Bane, feeding Scarecrow to Croc, slapping around Harley, my hobby, by the way, and ruining all my lovely venom plants.
It's
My
over,
hobby.
Joker.
My
Why,
hobby, by the
my
way.
dear delusional Dark Knight, it hasn't even begun.
Oh no, 2 Titans. Whatever will I do? It's not like I've had to face this challenge before. Ow! Oh, shut up. Ah, he ran to him. Ow! There we go. There we go. Damage the other Titan pretty good. Here we go. Got this one. Let's take him for a ride. There we go. 1 damages the other. I like it. I like it a lot. Now we get on top of this one. Whee! Yeehaw! Ride of Titan. I'm just basically using one against the other. That's basically what I'm doing. Ignoring all these little guys down over here. Oh, now I can finish this one off. And messed up the camera angle, wasn't really that clear, but oh well. Ow! I did it a little too late. Oopsie. And knockout. Oh, special combat takeout. Oh, he broke his ankle. Oh, you see that? Oh, man.
Nicely done,
Oh, nice graphical bug there.
Prize. Your old pal, Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, no, he stopped Gordon from getting back to the mainland.
All run down. Let's pep him up.
Oh, no.
No!
Oh, he took the Titan injection for Gordon. Oh, no.
Away!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good.
We're gonna have some fun now, kiddies. You're trying to resist a change. That's not fair. Come on, get in.
Never. Oh.
So, you want to play hardball, bats, do you? You're
A feather.
Pickle, pickle.
He's trying to tickle me.
Oh, you're ruining my big night. Months of planning down the crap.
I gotta say, this was a pretty good plan that he had. It's really well
Your
done.
grim facade and
More than what I would
once
expect from him.
Let you see the world as I see it, giggling in a corner and bleeding. But you've denied me even that. I have nothing to live for.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, great. Now he's gonna turn. That's just what I need. And meanwhile, I'm fighting off the,
under lockdown. Its staff at the mercy of the rampaging inmates.
the chemical myself.
This taped message.
Greetings, Gotham! Joker here! Arkham is mine! Soon I'll unleash madness untold onto the streets of Gotham. But first, direct your eyes to the rooftops and witness the final destruction of your dear Dark Knight.
We've been circling the tower since the... Wait! There! Joker is making his move!
Oh my gosh, look at what's happened to Joker! Look at what the Titan formula has done to him! He's a monster Joker now!
Batman! Let's give the room something to talk about!
Oh man.
Two freaks in a fight to the death!
Look at this arena he made!
And for one night only, please welcome our special guest referee,
Huh.
So, come on! Change! Get crazy! It's the only way to beat me!
That's what you think.
Want to?
Nope.
Never.
Oh, he used the antidote on himself.
Antidote on yourself? Now that's funny!
Oh boy. Let's get ready to rumble!
You still spoil my fun, and for that, I'll paint Arkham with your blood. Let's get
Here we go.
to tango!
Oh, I didn't have to say it myself. He said it for me. Alright, so we got the last upgrade. Just before the final battle. Here we go! Oh! Oh, man. Ah!
Think you can beat me? Oh, excuse me, Bats.
Ah!
In you come, boys. I've softened them up for you.
Huh, look at those generators that below us.
Here it comes. So, Mr. Referee, how was that round for you?
Ah! Leave Gordon alone.
This'll hurt.
Why wouldn't it surprise me that Joker would be a fan of WWE? Alright.
Get off me!
Get back down here, Joker! Oh yeah, he's stuck now. And there's all that electricity underneath him. Ow! There we go, nice uppercut. Alright, that took away a third of his life.
Give me that shot, Bats. I'll rip you apart.
I gotta stay away from him. Just gotta stay away from him.
I'm out, Bats. My people. Give him a kicking for me, boys. Yeah, I'm bored of him.
Are you now?
Mind your head, Bats. You want some of this?
Ow!
I am the greatest.
Ah! Alright, so at least I got to take care of those guys. Ah. Ow.
More helicopters? How exciting!
I said get back down here! You and I aren't done.
You'll die for this battle!
Alright.
Bring it on!
Hang in there, Gordon.
You ready for this?
I'm way over here, Joker. You're gonna have to reach farther. Ah! He heard me. Ah! He heard me.
Back in a second.
Ah!
Come in, boys. Knock him about a bit. I've got a city to address. Look out, you idiots! So, Mr. Referee, how was that round?
Ow! No, you don't. You're not getting any guns.
I'm gonna pulverize you! I'll give you something for the morning news, Gotham. This won't stop me!
Oh, yeah? Watch this. Oh! Down he goes. Shocking.
I can take it. I can take anything you throw at me, Bats.
Can you now?
Can't beat me. I'm
Uh-oh,
actually
look at
going to win.
Super
Ready
punch.
for the next round?
Always.
What?
I'll never let you win. Never.
Boom! Oh! Explosion punch. Or super bat punch. However you want to say. Oh, look at this gauntlet. Oh, it's fried. But that may have been what he needed to knock him out.
Dad, thank God.
It's over.
Worried.
I'm fine.
Whew.
The GCPD finally has control of the asylum. Doctors are treating the injured, but it looks like it'll take some time. All super criminals are back in custody. Quite a mess in there. And the venom-enhanced inmates are returning to normal.
Huh.
Though for some, the process can be quite painful.
Huh.
Dad, how are you doing?
I'll survive. See you tonight, Barbara. Shame about your car. Can I give you a ride?
Thanks, Jim, but I have one on the way.
Get some rest. You deserve it.
Huh.
Stay safe, Jim.
Yeah. Get some rest, please. As if that Batman never has time for that. His work is never done. And so, with that, my friends, that concludes the story of Batman Arkham Asylum. Like I said in the first part, when this game came out, it surprised everyone at how great it was. Because keep in mind, Batman video games to this point in history had not really been all that great. I mean, there were a couple ones that were pretty good, or, you know, kind of decent, but never, like, great. Not ones that made you go, man, that was amazing. And then this game came out, and it just blew everybody away at how great it was. There was so much to like about this, whether or not you were a longtime Batman fan, whether or not you were kind of new to Batman, or really like maybe you were a fan of one other different kind of superhero in either DC or Marvel. Never really much of a Batman fan, but there was a lot to like about it, regardless of how you felt about Batman himself or all the lore and all the different characters and everything. I mean, there was a lot of stuff to like about this. I loved all the different background for each of the different various characters from Batman's history in the comics. It just felt like there was a lot of fan service for this. And of course, when you included the fact that guys like Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill doing the voices for both Batman and Joker, who made their careers about these characters known for Batman the Animated Series, which of course many people, including myself, regard as one of the best shows ever, not just cartoons. In fact, it's not even fair to really call that a cartoon. It was an animated series, but it was so good. It was better than what you would consider an average cartoon. It was a lot better than that. And those two were just such standouts as Batman and Joker. It's made their careers. I mean, I know that, maybe not so for Mark Hamill. Definitely for Kevin Conroy, because, with all due respect to Kevin Conroy, I honestly wouldn't know what else he's done in terms of characters or roles in his career off the top of my head other than Batman. Of course, when we think of Mark Hamill, a lot of us always think of Luke Skywalker from the Star Wars trilogy, and deservedly so. I mean, that's definitely one of the biggest standout roles of his career. But a lot of people actually never realized or never knew that that Mark Hamill, that Luke Skywalker actually was the voice of the Joker. And it was kind of funny because when you think of Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, he's definitely one of those guys that you consider him the nice guy, the good guy. He was the hero. He was the good Luke Skywalker, the Jedi from Star Wars. And then you saw him, or rather heard him, as the Joker, and it was like, holy moly, this guy is amazing. He went from being one of the greatest good guys to now he has not only taken over the voice of one of the all-time greatest villains of all time, but he has elevated performing that character to an all-time high level and has set a standard and raised the bar to a level that, in my personal opinion, no one has ever been able to reach. I know that, a lot of people love the Heath Ledger Joker from Dark Knight, and I do too. Believe me, I do. But the thing about that Joker compared to Mark Hamill's Joker, for my own personal opinion, is that I felt that there was a lot of psychopathic killer in that Joker, and not really necessarily enough funny clown. Whereas Mark Hamill, to me, it just seemed like he was able to find the perfect balance between those two things. He was able to be very, very funny, while also at the same time being incredibly deadly and psychopathic killer. And that's not easy to do, to find the perfect balance between those things. And I just felt that Mark Hamill was able to do that with the animated series Joker, and all the other different times he has done the voice of the Joker in different other versions in the media as well, whether it was other appearances for the Joker in other shows. There was a special where he teamed up with Lex Luthor in Superman the animated series, and actually it was a Batman Superman animated movie. He's provided the voice of Joker for a couple of other games as well. There was DC Universe Online. He actually provided the voice for Joker in that, which was great. But doing this, it was really, because Joker was the main villain of this, it really felt like this was almost like such a great nod to both the animated series and the comics. It was such an appreciation for the history of Batman and all the characters from Batman's history and lore, with great cameos and appearances from the likes of Killer Croc, and Scarecrow, Poison Ivy. There were a lot of villains that were not in this, but you did know were involved. I mean, there were a lot of riddles and such, and speaking of riddles, of course, Riddler with all those collectibles, and of course, who else would do that? And it's not, you couldn't tell at this point, because this was only the first one, but you may not have realized that some of the other characters would make appearances later on, especially in the sequel Batman Arkham City, which would elevate this franchise to a level that so many of us did not see coming. But that, of course, will be for another time. But you just got so many different hints and cameos and riddles of like references to other characters that could possibly make appearances in later games. And of course, there's with some of the other lost my train of thought there for a second, but it delivered so much on various different aspects about Batman and the characters and the story, just making it feel like an amazing Batman game, because it just gave you so many different aspects of what it was like to feel like Batman, whether it was the stealth, invisible predator sequences where you're trying to stealthy take down various bad guys in the room, try and take them out with silent takedowns or various other forms of takedowns, to try and either just take them all without ever alerting them to your presence, or doing things to cause them to be scared of you and be all terrified about you being in the room but not knowing where you are, so you felt like the invisible predator that Batman is. Whether it was the detective aspects and trying to track down people that Joker had kidnapped, or you're trying to find someone, whether it was Gordon or Boyles, or the lab using Harley's fingerprints, different aspects of that. So you felt like the world's greatest detective, and it delivered so much on all those various aspects of it. And the boss fights, you know, you could say that the Killer Croc boss fight wasn't really a boss fight. It was really just evade him because you couldn't take him on head on while getting it, the spores. But it was just, it felt really well done. And it's really one of those games that stands out, especially from the year 2009. No one really saw this as being the birth of probably one of the best video game franchises around, because I think it's really been raised to that level, where there's no other superhero video game franchise that even comes close to this Arkham series. And just Rocksteady has just received so much praise from it, and deservedly so. What they did with this was just fantastic. And they also, like I've been saying, they definitely elevated it in Arkham City. They did not do Arkham Origins, unfortunately. That was taken over by a different studio that wanted to do a game of, it was like a prequel. And there's a voice cast, of course. If you can go back and pause and look at the different names. Oh, Kimberly Brooks. Oh, that's who it was. That was Ashley from Mass Effect. I knew I recognized her voice. I just couldn't remember whose it was, but that was, yeah. So go back and pause that screen to look at all the various voice actors that did voices in this, and it was really well done. So, as I was saying, that unfortunately they didn't do Arkham Origins, and it showed because the thing about the Rocksteady Arkham games is they're very nicely polished. They have a lot of shine to them. There's really no bugs. There was one graphical bug there just now, you know, when I was talking to Joker just now that you guys may have seen, but that was like the only time I experienced some kind of bug or glitch in this one. And I'll tell you what, I cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to Arkham Knight, which is going to come out later this year. I'm recording this video on January 8th, 2015. In June, Arkham Knight will come out, and cannot tell you how excited I am to see how that is. I already have it pre-ordered, and I'm very excited to pick it up when it releases and play it. I'm expecting it to be even better than Arkham City was. And I will be, you know, you can definitely expect an Arkham City. So there goes Batman back to Gotham City to deal with Two-Face. Up. A container of Titan. Scarecrow. He survived. Okay, now a little note there, though. Apparently there are random endings to that particular scene. Apparently it can be either one of 3 different hands that reaches up and grabs the Titan container. It can be either Scarecrow, Killer Croc, or Bane. And apparently that time I got Scarecrow. I don't know why. I don't know what determines. Yeah, I guess it can only be random. Congratulations, you have unlocked the Armored Bat suit for use in the challenge mode. So yeah, there's challenge mode where you can do various different challenges. You can play as either Batman or as the Joker. It's pretty cool, actually, to play as the Joker in it. We've got various different character trophies, other downloadable content maps. You can see I have 188 of 240 of the Riddler's stuff. There's some more character bios I haven't gotten. That's probably because I haven't gotten the riddles for those. There's, of course, Titan-powered Joker, as we see here. There's Holly, Warden Sharp, Aaron Cash, along with some of his guys. Victor Zsasz. Look at that. You can see all the different cuts on his skin. Armored Batman. Look at this. Yeah, you can definitely see the armor here. Look at that. That looks awesome. Too bad he didn't have that suit in the main campaign. Scarecrow. Bane with the tubes. Killer Croc. The Batmobile, which I don't know. I'm kind of surprised it has the engine exposed like that. You see that? The hood's off. It exposes the engine. Or maybe that's not the engine. Maybe that actually is part of the hood. I don't know. But I don't know. It looks kind of like similar to the Batmobile from the original movie, but looks different. Looks like its own version of it. Oh yes, Joker with the Scarface puppet. That's really cool. A henchman on Titan. An Arkham inmate. Frank Bowles. And Poison Ivy. So, this concludes the story mode for Batman Arkham Asylum. However, there are some things I haven't really done yet, or that I left unfinished, which I will probably be doing a couple more videos to showcase those. And that is what happens once I get all the riddles and the Riddler's things, all the interview tapes, and some of the other character bios. And so once I do those, I will probably be doing a couple videos here and there to showcase those. And once we do that, we will probably be done, because I'm not going to do any challenge mode stuff. The whole purpose of this playthrough was to show off the story mode. So, yeah, other than those couple videos, that concludes the story for Batman Arkham Asylum, which will be continued in Arkham City. Thank you guys for watching. My name is DJ Neeks, and I will see you guys next time.